Hey, what's going on, ladies? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Was good. In this video, I want to tell you that the reason why it's hard for you to keep men interested is men, we remember or we take into account everything. So what I mean is that let's say you've been dating a guy for 3 months, right? And let's say on the second date, you did or said something that he didn't like or he thought was unattractive, right? And so what happened was that thing you did made him see you as a girl that he would probably not want to be involved with in like a long-term serious relationship. So what happens is that you're thinking, oh, me and him will probably get together and keep seeing each other. And I really like this guy and I want to be his girlfriend. I want him to be my boyfriend. So this is what you're thinking. But he's already made the decision that you will never be his girlfriend based off of what you did before. So even if you were sort of like still, let's say, after you did that thing, you were, being cool and everything was cool for the next month or two, whatever. Because you did that thing at the beginning, right? That thing still eliminates you as that girlfriend material to him. You understand? So let's say, for example, you and this guy were dating. You and this guy dating or whatever. And let's say, you flaked on him and went out with some other dude, right? Now, let's say, just for sake of argument, hypothetically for this situation, let's say you're supposed to go out with this guy. You flaked on him and you said you were sick or you said you couldn't make it because of whatever. And then let's say he went out and he sort of peeped you or he saw you like out with another guy while you were supposed to be with him that day. He didn't confront you or anything. He just saw you though. You understand? Or maybe somebody who knows you and him both saw you somewhere and related back to him that, oh, I saw so-and-so and she was with some other dude. And he's like, wait a second, she was with some other dude while she flaked on me, blah, blah. So anyway, so basically he found out you was bullshitting. So now because he found out you were bullshitting, right? He's not going to probably confront you about it. He's not going to really tell you about it. But he knows about it. So in the back of his head, he's like, well, since she was bullshitting, I'm just going to keep seeing this girl, have sex with her a few more times, and then I'm just kick it to the curb whenever I feel like it or find somebody else I want to deal with more or whatever it is. Right? Or I'll just keep having sex with her until she stops having sex with me thinking that, because she's going to probably think this is going somewhere. But it's not because of the shit she did before. You understand? Now, this could be anything. This could also be like, you had a certain attitude about something. It doesn't even have to be you messing with another guy because, it could be just you having an attitude or a certain type of demeanor that you displayed that he didn't like, which caused him to see you a certain way, which caused him to say, well, yeah, I will probably never be in a long-term relationship with this girl. Because see, what you have to understand is that men, we take into account the whole experience. So if you did something we didn't like, it still matters, even if later on, it's far removed from what you did, right? Because for you ladies, what you do is you will go based off of the moment, meaning one moment you're acting this way, and the next moment you'll act another way. And in in one moment you're like, well, I'm being this way now, so it shouldn't matter what I did in the last moment. But see, for men, all the moments matter. Right? So for you, what happens is a guy could be, doing some bullshit to you and a few weeks later, you'll still deal with them because it's a few weeks later. It's a different moment. So you're like, forget all that shit that happened last time. I'm still going to fuck with them. I'm still going to deal with them. Men, we're not the same. We're basically like the opposite. If you did some shit that shit you did matters throughout the entire situation. You understand? So it's kind of like this. You know when, let's say for example, I forgot the rapper's name. It was this dude, I think it was Mike Jones probably, if I'm mistaken. And he had a song, I think that in the chorus was like, back then hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me, or something like that. Basically, I can't remember if that's the exact thing. Basically, he was saying that back then you didn't want me. Now I'm the shit. Now you all on me. And so what happens is guys look at that and say, wait a second, back then you wasn't fucking with me. So how you gonna try to fuck with me now? And they ain't trying to hear you. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to take you now because back then you didn't want to fuck with me. Right? And now you're thinking as a woman, well, back then I didn't want to fuck with you because you wasn't on top of your shit. Now you're on top of your shit. Now I want to fuck with you. But see, guys, they wanted you to the guy wants you to fuck with him the whole time, the whole way. You understand? So he doesn't want you now that he's hot. He wanted you to basically be with him the whole time, or he wanted you to ride that whole time. That's how guys think. You understand? He wanted you to be down for him when he ain't have shit. He don't want you to just fuck with him now that he has shit. And this is where women make the mistake. You try to fuck with the guy once he has the shit and he's looking at you like you crazy. You understand? So because you were acting this way in the past, he takes that into account. He doesn't forget that now in the future. He doesn't forget that now in the present moment. You understand? All that shit you did counts. You understand? This is why guys, are a lot of times they'll be feeling a certain way about a woman's body count. They're like, wait a second, you had sex with how many guys before? You understand? It's just how dudes be thinking. Because they're taking into account everything, right? So if you diss the guy a while back, he's going to take that into account if you're trying to get with him now. You see what I mean? So everything you do matters at the end of the day when it comes to you dealing with men. The hard part about this is that your emotions as women will fluctuate and do all these other crazy things, which is why it's hard for a lot of women to keep a dude interested or to keep things going long term, because what happens is that he takes into account everything you've done. You understand? Everything you've done it's like you have a record with this, like you have it's like this is your resume in the relationship. These are the things you've done. This is your performance evaluation. So now that I've seen that, you did this other shit, you got this stain on your record, you have this, this thing here that you did, that eliminates you from ever getting to this next stage. So I'm saying all of this to say that you ladies have to be very careful about how you treat men if you want long-term relationships with guys. It's really that simple. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do two quick things. One, I want you to click the link below and send me your questions. If you have any questions on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. And two, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, 7 highly effective steps for finding and keeping a man. And I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.